Hi all, Hipper here. This video here is about Wichita with a stealth build, which is obviously different to the agile build I usually run. And I put a lot of resources into Beapley here, and I have Swirsky as an inspiration along with Mikawa. And together those two inspirations give me minus 10% detectability, along with the minus 6% I get here with her special skill. Upgrade her to legendary 4 and you will get minus 8%, and that's what you really need to make this a true stealth radar build. I'll show that here in a minute. So because this is a stealth build, we'll have to change the third upgrade here from rudder to the concealment system mod that gives you 10% less detectability range. So all those detectability buffs added up is what you would try to get lower than your actual radar radius, which is 9 kilometers here, and that's quite far for for a cruiser. So if we have a look at the stats here and go down to concealment, I'm at 9.1 now, so that means I need another 100 meters to have a true stealth build here, where as soon as I get detected, I can pop my radar and then detect the destroyer. But this is very, very close, and I think Wargaming did this on purpose, because my Mikawa is full, like he is totally leveled at 6%. Swirsky is at, I think he's level 15-2 or something like that, and Beapley of course is 16-2 as well. So you'll need to either level Beapley completely or put some more resources into Swirsky, and to get your concealment below or equal to 9 kilometers, because remember I have 9.1 now, and it's very close, so it doesn't really matter. As soon as you get spotted, if you wait like half a second to pop your radar, you'll usually get the destroyer. Now the problem with these like more specific builds here is that you might not be able to use them, and that's why I picked this battle here, because I actually have a stealth or very near stealth radar build here on my Wichita, and yet I have no destroyers in this match. So an agile build would have been much better in this match here. But like I said, you can never know this beforehand, and that's one of the reasons I go for agile builds, because they're always useful, no matter what you're facing, and what the odds are. Like, are you facing divisions or solo players? Like, an agile build will always come in handy. Rudder is always good, and speed is always good. So if you look at those two battleships here, the Scharnhorst and the Massachusetts, they are about to pretty much hand us the victory on this map here. Because if you've seen my shots map tactics video, you'll notice this clip from that video, and it's just a very good way to show people what not to do on this map here, because they are effectively leaving this cap for us to take, while taking themselves completely out of the game. They have two options now. They can either try to flank us or stay behind the island there, and none of those options are very appealing, and they are not going to work out well, because we can of course set up a very nice defense in here now that we have the cap. Well, soon we'll have the cap, and we'll have nothing to lose, and they'll have everything to lose. So yeah, not the best play there. If you're in a battleship and you start on the open cap side of either A or C on this map here, like you have the advantage, so use it. So here I'm just popping my radar to keep an eye on the battleships around the island here to see what they're doing. As you can see, they're just sitting there being useless, and they're not able to fire at anybody, and they're just letting themselves get encircled, really, and pretty much handing this cap to me, and that's of course not preferable. Alright, so with A1 over here, I'll have to bring my attention towards B, because that's always the cap where people are having a hard time, and the faster you can help out at B, the better. And I'm fully aware we still have 2 battleships over here on this flank here that hasn't been sunk, but right now they're not a threat. We have the cap, and there's at least 1 battleship over here, and myself, and until they actually make a push for the cap, I'm not going to engage them. It's much better if they come out, sit in the cap, and just allow me to reset them over and over and over. And that's what's going to happen. And in the meantime, we'll put some pressure on B, so hopefully we can win that cap, because as you can see, we've already lost C, which is strange, considering we had the open spawn over there, so really we should have won that cap, but we didn't. So that makes taking B even more important. We cannot let the enemies take that cap, because as it's looking right now, there's no way we'll ever be able to take C, because the enemies haven't lost a single ship yet, while we have lost 3. Now if you keep an eye on the battleships over at A, you can see they're starting to go the really long way, like they're going to actually totally flank the other battleship. And of course there's a cruiser on its way to help out, so that's why I'm staying here in the middle between the 2 caps, so I can assist in both caps pretty much at the moment. And I think that's the proper play in this situation here. Like I said, I'm still waiting for the battleships to make a move over here at A, and until they do that, I'm not going to take much notice of them, because right now they are just wasting time, their own time, mind, while we are slowly eating our way in on B over here, and pushing the enemies down where we really want them to be, which is at the bottom of the sea. Now remember, I don't have a full agile build on this Wichita here, and that's very unusual for me. I'm not used to it, and it still turns okay, but it's nowhere near. I mean, I think I have 6-second rudder or something in this Wichita here, and I'm used to having 2 seconds, so 3 times slower, and obviously that's something you need to get used to. And in a duel with a Cleveland like this, an agile build would be much better than a concealment build here, because as soon as you get spotted with a concealment build, I mean the gig is up. People know where you are, and the main thing in this game here is to do damage, and by firing your guns you will bloom your concealment anyway. So yeah, it's very good for like taking destroyers by surprise, but in a one-on-one like match like this, where we're really trying to burn each other down, an agile build is a much better option. And I'm quite lucky this Cleveland here was low on health before I engaged him, and otherwise I wouldn't have engaged him this way, because in the perfect world a Cleveland will out DPM a Wichita at less than 10 kilometers. And the only reason I'm getting away with it here is because he's low in health already. So just waiting for this guy to sink here any minute now, and if you look at the map, you can see that we've taken B in the meantime, because I scared this Cleveland away and set the Lyon on fire, and there was only 1 defender left, which was really no match for my team. And if you look at A, you can see the 2 battleships are still there, and they have been very, well, not useless, but they haven't really made much of an impact on this battle here. You see they're still like kind of circling the cap without actually making any effort in taking it. And I mean, so far they've wasted half the battle without actually making any contribution at all. And my battleship over there is playing really smart. He's dragging out time as best as he can. As you can see, he is actually trying to surprise them from the back now, which is like a pretty great move there. Like he lured them into the cap, and then he kind of made an S move, and now he's got the last battleship from a 6, and then I mean that is a pretty bad situation to be in for the red battleship, that is. So the next thing we have to deal with here are the reds who are approaching over from C, and they have taken a bit of damage, but especially this Edinburgh here is still going strong, and he was a bit surprised that I was in this position here. So we'll take him on, and of course I have my radar ready in case that he smokes up, which these Edinburghs have a habit of doing. So I'm in no rush. As the more shots I get on this guy inside the cap, the more defend ribbons I get, and as long as I don't get citadel from the side like that there, where I just avoided that salvo, and again there, just remember to use your ingenious for these things here. Like, notice how I didn't even have to look. I know the salvo will be incoming. But anyway, the Edinburgh is the target here, and he's out of the cap now, so I don't get any more defend ribbons. So we might as well take care of him then, and switch to AP and give him some nice citadels here. And again, I think I'm in an agile cruiser because I'm trying to get my rear gun into action there, but it's taking a little bit too long because I don't have my 2-second rudder. I have my 6-second rudder. So instead I'll just face this guy head on. So that's B cap safe here, and A is safe as well. And I'm just poking my radar here in case that last shores was hiding behind one of the islands here, but he's not. So of course that tells me that he's still somewhere over in the vicinity of C. So I will turn around, and then I'm going to hit that way to see if I can't catch him. Probably steaming towards B. I mean, that's what I would do. So of course I'm keeping my camera in the direction I think he is, so I'll be able to fire at him immediately. And of course I'm turning my guns in anticipation of seeing him as well. And there he is. Already got the guns lined up, and he has a nice broadside there, so we'll give him some AP that we already got loaded. And didn't get a lot out of that one there, but do another one. And still can avoid shots, but yeah, I still prefer an agile build. So we got a citadel on him there, and they got us the Confederate. So just one more salvo, and we should have this game padded down, and everything's good. Except we didn't actually get to use our near stealth build in this battle here, but it works, I can tell you that much. So that's a battle here with Beapley, and I'll do a video on a comparison between her and Kincaid very soon, as soon as I got her to 16.3, which will be very soon. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.